All right, everybody. I haven't put out any Shanquella Robinson videos in a little bit. It gets a little trying for me because sometimes it can get emotional, and this is one of the only experiences that I've ever had where I'm affected in this way, channeling. So I take breaks so I can help cleanse spiritually and keep my spirits uplifted. And today I'm going to do a reading that I feel like I should have tapped into a long time ago because this energy has been prevalent, I want to say, for the last 8 months since I started this journey on YouTube with Shanquella Robinson. This is actually how my channel started. So today's reading is going to be called The Conversation. And it's been very prevalent in my readings from the very beginning that there was communication between Shanquella and Khalil. And she was very open and honest, very candid in this conversation. And her being candid in this conversation changed everything because from that moment on, Khalil turned on Shanquella. She had no idea that him being in his feelings would manifest into what finally happened in Cabo San Lucas. So I'm going to do a reading today on the energy of that conversation. I want to, do a dive into what was said, how she felt when she was communicating, and how he felt on his side of the communication. Now, I've been saying from the very beginning that Khalil, when I tap into his energy spiritually, I feel a very jealous, envious type person, but he's very entitled. This is one of those types of people, from what I can sense, has this whole the more you do for me, the more you owe me type energy. And he had become very comfortable with Shanquella being giving. She was a very giving, sweet person. She'd do anything for the people that she was close to because she just loved the idea of being able to help and just showing people love. She really was a sweet person. I wish I could have met her in person because her energy is so pure. And no, nobody's saying anybody is perfect, but her energy was pure. She's just in the spiritual realm, she's just a really beautiful, kind spirit. So it is sad that when she found her voice, when she found her ability to start telling people no and to stop people from, taking advantage of her kindness, she developed enemies. And that's the energy that I want to tap into today so that we can see the progression that was the prelude of how all of this happened. I've already said my prayers off camera, did my cleansing, and I'm going to go ahead and tap in. To everyone who's been going along with me for this Justice for Shanquella video series, I thank you wholeheartedly because you were here with me from the very beginning when it was just like 20 or 30 subscribers, and I had no idea that I would be actually doing this and turning this into a continuation. So, Let me because I want to use some bright and colorful cards for Shanquella, because she loved like girly type energy and colors. Yeah, it's so interesting. Ever since I started doing her readings, even before I knew her favorite colors, like everything people would give me was pink. Like if if you remember from the very beginning, I had some evil eye nails when I did her reading. The next reading after that, the next few, my nails were pink with pink stones. Like I had no idea where I kept channeling this energy with this pink. And other readers that were tapping into her that were very talented, they were wearing pink. And I don't think any of us planned that. I don't even think that was a thing. When I found out later that was her color, I said, oh, wow. So without any further ado, it's been a while since I've done a channeling with Shanquella, and I am forever honored that she chose me, as well as many others, to help get her story out. Alrighty. Shanquella. Talk to me about this conversation that you had with Khalil. What led up to this energy that you had to have this conversation? Eight of Cups. She was walking away from this friendship. She no longer wanted to be bothered with Khalil and his antics, backed up by the Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, she was cutting him off. Why were you cutting him off? What happened? What led to this, sweetheart? Ace of Cups, Five of Swords. So you see that? This is about not just love, but abundance. And this is harsh communication. There was an argument about abundance and doing things in excess. Also, I feel like he was meddling in her personal affairs. My spirit guides are saying gossip. Lord, I know this is my great aunt speaking, because this is her thing. She'd say chatty Cathy. That's how she described somebody who had a big ass mouth that's always talking. Finally, it hits the table, Two of Swords. She was definitely done with him. She was tired of his antics. She was tired of him being messy, how he would communicate and run his mouth. Like I said, abundance, things in excess. I do get that she loved him like a brother. Hierophant. We know that can be judge, jury, adjudicator, and also God himself. So I don't know if she had legal troubles, but I definitely can see where the Most High was putting it on her heart to move along and to move around. Because whatever was going on, it's like he was doing a lot of talking, a lot of bumping his gums. See, listen, I usually don't show y'all what's going on off camera, but you can see like this sage just started kicking up. Yeah, most definitely. He was doing a lot of talking, really digging into her business. If she had legal issues, he was, running around gossiping, talking about her business, spreading things that he had no business speaking on things that he really didn't have either permission or didn't have the knowledge to be speaking on. Ten of Cups. So like I said, she loved him like a brother. That's like cutting off family. Five of Swords. Okay, that was a intense argument. They really got into it. She told him about herself. She had enough. Six of Wands. Moving forward towards victory. Seven of Pentacles. This is sowing seeds for a bigger harvest. This is also, as you sow, so shall you reap. So this is letting me know that he was a user, and she finally was calling him out on it, because he always was finding ways to, you know, sow seeds that would benefit him through her. He was always finding ways to, it's like entitlement. He felt entitled to whatever she brought to the table. If she got something, he had to have a piece of it too. If she was doing something, he had to be a part of it. Very, very messy energy. King of Wands, King of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. That's somebody taking action, offering their cup. This is like meddlesome energy in her personal affairs. Also, she knew something about whatever he was doing behind the scenes with whoever he was actually offering his cup to. And that was something else he wanted to take action about. Why did he want to take action over you knowing the truth about who he was engaging with, allegedly? The Hierophant. Falling under the Eight of Cups. I'm telling you, something was going on here that could have led to court legal issues. And also, she had finally got to the point where it was like a light bulb went off for her. She had been enlightened about who she was dealing with, some things that were going on around her. I wish I knew more, because it feels like if she had a legal case, or maybe she had possibly been around somebody who caught a case, after this came to light, or after this came to fruition, some things had came to light about what was really going on. Some things that were really going on with somebody that she had no idea that they were into. King of Wands. Whoever this was wanted to take action, and falling under the Ace of Cups. Allegedly, she was starting to find out some things about somebody that she could have been attached to. Someone that she could have been in a love relationship with. It's like she was getting epiphanies about all the people around her. If you could visually see this, imagine being out in the field, being out in the country somewhere, out in the wilderness, and it's nothing but grass around you. And then you start to notice that there's snakes in the grass. And you know you need to get out of this area, you need to get out of this field, but you don't know which pathway to take to get out of this grass. This feels like the energy that was around her at the time. One thing she knows for certain, two things she knew for sure, is that she needed to get away from this energy in this relationship with Khalil. We got, what is this? Three of Swords. The Three of Swords fell right under the Two of Swords. So she had to cut him off over this heartbreak, because it became more than evident to her that not only did he not have her back, he was one of those snakes in the grass. And this is the card of truth, Ace of Swords, and it falls under the Ten of Cups. This person that she thought was family or she considered like a brother was an enemy. But see, she saw this as he was messy, and she no longer wanted messy people around her. She didn't want to deal with anybody else that was trying to take advantage of everything that she worked for, but she didn't know how spot on, how right she was. She looked at the surface level of this energy, but only if she could see how deep this really was, she would understand how important her instincts were in that moment, because she had been feeling for some time that she needed to separate, but never in her wildest dreams would she have ever imagined it would have came to what it came to. Look at that. Like I said, never in her wildest dreams she would imagine that it came to what it came to. The Ten of Swords falling under the Five of Swords. So after this argument, allegedly, he felt like he needed to declare war. He knew that he needed to get her back. He was willing to betray her because he knew that she was really done with him. Even if she, decided, okay, I'm just going to deal with you differently. The way that I used to look out for you, I'm not going to look out for you like that anymore. He knew that he was never going to have the same access to her twice. The truth that came out in this argument cut so deep that there was no turning back. She really bruised his ego. Tell me more about what was said that bruised his ego. Okay, so you got the Sun with the Six of Wands. And this is letting me know that not only was it happier times without him being around, him being in her life, but things were illuminated. That, she knew she had to move on towards victory. This is like, if you think about the Bible story of Sodom and Gomorrah, when Lot and his family were instructed by God to leave, and the angels told them not to look back, and Lot's wife looked back and turned into a pillar of salt. Sadly, Shanquella, being so kind-hearted and so sweet, unfortunately, she looked back. And he was able to put her in a position for the Ten of Swords, because she was one of those type of people that just liked to see the best in people. She never wanted to see this dynamic for what it was, because it hurts to know that somebody that's been this close to you, who's been around you, could do something that could cut you this deep. You never want to think that the people that are closest to you, that are this tied into you, would do anything like this, anything remotely close. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles falling under the Seven of Pentacles, which means somebody was looking at different opportunities, ways to sow seeds for a bigger harvest, because their money was coming in slow. The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is a hustler, and she's the finest queen out the deck. Okay? She is the one that is like the center of attraction. She's the center of attention. She moves the room when she walks into the room. And then the Six of Pentacles, that's unearned income or coming into a lump sum of money. So this is letting me know right here, because I've also picked up on this in my readings. He was coming to her so that he could figure out a way to come up on some money. He needed to come up on a lick. His money was stalling out. He was mm, they're saying he was possibly facing like poverty, eviction, like whatever he was doing, like if he had a storefront or he was trying to run a business, because eviction is not always being thrown out of your home. But let's say he has a business and that business is, you know, going out of business rapidly. Okay. Here today, gone tomorrow type store. You stop by on Monday, you come by next Saturday. It's like, damn, where'd that store go? I was going to come back. This is what it feels like as far as his financial energy. So it's like he wanted to talk to her to put him in a position to get some unearned income. And that to me feels like what everybody was talking about with the PPP loans. So you see where it ties back into the beginning with the abundance. He was holding on to her because she was naturally abundant. She was born into an abundant energy. God was going to make sure that she always had everything she needed, no matter what. She was never going to be without because she had it. She had that sauce, okay? So he needed her to help him come up with some money. Yeah. Ten of Wands had the weight of the world on his shoulder. He felt like he was walking around carrying bricks on his back because he had so many financial obligations. And this is a robbing Peter to pay Paul type energy. Pardon me, y'all. Yeah, this is a robbing Peter to pay Paul type energy. But remember, when I first said at the beginning, she was walking away because she felt like he was entitled. And he felt like he was everything she had. He felt like somehow, some way, because he was associated, he was supposed to benefit off of her through affiliation. Here it is. Ten of Wands comes out. So the Ten of Wands falls under the Eight of Cups and the Hierophant. And that's letting me know that, like I said, walking away from this relationship with him. Okay, yeah, I get now why the Hierophant is on the table, because I also told y'all that the Hierophant is judge, jury, and adjudicator. She walked away from him because she felt like he was on some scam ass shit, and she didn't want no parts in that, because if he got caught up with what he was trying to do, it was going to be an instant fail. It was going to be a bad look, right? So let's say we're talking about these PPP loans, and he's talking about how he can sign up and get this and he can get that, and she telling him this ain't no good look because your business already ain't making no profit. How you gonna pay this back? Do you even have your paperwork legitimized for your LLC? This type of thing. You're gonna have to pay these people back. You don't pay these people back, them laws gonna be on you, right? You're gonna be facing the feds. So this is what she's telling him. She's telling him, is your business even legitimate? Do you have the means to pay these people back? Are you even making money out your business before you do something like this? And this bruised his ego. He felt like, how dare you? But what you mean, how dare you? She is a legitimate businesswoman, and you're having a conversation with her, and she's letting you know she doesn't want a part of anything to do with scheming and scamming, allegedly. This is what's being said. Three of Cups. You got, here we go, celebration, Empress, mother. Also, that is collaboration against the woman who has it all. So this is when he started to make these plans, allegedly. Because the King of Wands takes action. And you got the Ace of Cups to the King of Wands to the Three of Cups. This is when he started to make these plans to go into this collaboration. Him and two other people that were like the main people to put this together after this conversation. Two of Swords to the Three of Swords. So he realized that she was cutting him off. She was distancing herself from him, and it caused him heartbreak. But she was distancing herself from him because she finally had seen him for who and what he was. And she didn't want any parts of where he was going with that. This is also, excuse me, the Ten of Cups over, yeah, Ten of Cups over the Ace of Swords. She could have possibly had conversations with her family about, you know, certain things that were happening, and it confirmed a truth for her. And she knew that after they had gotten to it, whatever was said, this harsh communication, that things were different, and she needed to just go ahead and do her. Tell me more about this collaboration. The Empress. Yeah. And see, these are in her cards. I haven't tapped into him yet. But if you can see how this is coming together already. The Ten of Wands, the Three of Cups to the Empress. They wanted to make it hard for her. They had come together to collaborate. And this is also a card of celebration, which allegedly means, and I'm putting a strong allegedly in this celebration was planned, and the setup was going to be to put her in between a rock and a hard place during this celebration. So, and I'm gonna say once again with a strong allegedly, because this is YouTube. This whole trip was planned for the intents and purposes of causing this Ten of Wands, putting the weight of the world on her back, because she was the Empress, and the Empress is every queen, but they felt like, who are you to sit above high and look down on us low? Ten of Swords. Pay attention to this person. This person is not getting back up, okay? They betrayed her. You see the sun is at its highest in the early hours of the morning. And it was over hitting his lick. Six of Pentacles. This is the energy that I'm getting on Khalil's end. Allegedly, for all YouTube intents and purposes. And mind you, we're still in Shanquella's cards. I haven't started turning cards on Khalil yet. But this is the energy that I'm getting from her side of the conversation, from this energetic pull. Nine of Pentacles, the independent woman. Like I said, she was telling the truth. She stood in her own. She was telling the truth. And this was a harsh truth. He was upset. He could not take the truth that she was giving him. But what she was telling him was, some real shit. It's like, come on now, you want to apply for this, you want to apply for that, you want to apply for this for hardship and for that because your money is coming in slow. But what do you have that's legitimized that can prove A, B, and C? I don't really want to be a part of that. You don't have anything going on if these people double back and check your paperwork that's really valid. King of Swords and the Page of Wands is in reverse. Okay. So being that that's falling right under Five of Swords, which is harsh communication in an argument, Ten of Swords that led to somebody being betrayed, stabbed in the back. Page of Wands in reverse is not just watching, but gang stalking. And then King of Swords in reverse is a very cold, calculated, manipulative, ugly energy type person. This is somebody who goes for the jugular. And I told y'all, gossipy, running off at the mouth, constantly got something negative to say, right? King of Swords in the upright is all honor and truth, but will not coddle your feelings. King of Swords in the reverse is a liar, manipulator, and say anything that they need to say to get what they want. This is a person who will organize a campaign against somebody knowing that they're not using facts. Two of Cups. I said that he was meddling in all areas of her life. Oh, gosh. Two of Cups is like, that's not just lovers. That's like, serious relationships, somebody you really have feelings for. Page of Swords, Four of Cups. So, excuse me. Hold on, let me go back. Page of Wands, because I thought this was a Page of Swords already out. Pardon me, guys. Page of Wands in reverse is actions were delayed, but this is like when you go off into the Page of Wands, that's new ideas, new ways of doing things. So this is somebody who had to go by adverse means to do things in an underhanded way. He had to, that goes, once again, it goes right along with the King of Swords. He had to do it in a manipulative way. He had to find new ways to get what he needed to get accomplished. So this is that if you won't give it to me, I'm going to find a way to get it. This is that get down or lay down type of energy. I asked you, I'm not asking anymore. I'm going to take it. If I have to, oh, wow. Allegedly, guys, if you got to lie, kill, and steal to get it, you get it by any means, the ski mask way, right? So this is, once again, Page of Swords is the card of watching. Like I said, watching. She was being gang stalked. She just didn't know it. Four of Cups. Unrequited offer. So after she turned you down, for whatever your corporate begging was, whether it just been, trying to borrow money or having her fill out your paperwork, however this went, excuse me, it became a unrequited offer because she didn't want any parts of what he was doing. She didn't want to possibly, be in hot water if things didn't work out right. The Magician at the bottom of the deck. This is somebody who manifests through manipulating. So she knew that, whatever it was that he was trying to do, it had to be done in a roundabout way. It couldn't be done directly because everything wasn't lining up. So, it's just like if you need to qualify for something and you don't really quite meet the qualifications, but you somehow, some way finagle some paperwork, that way. Two of Cups. This Two of Cups keeps falling out, and I feel like I need to touch on that because we got Eight of Cups walking away from a relationship. The Hierophant, that's like walking away from somebody after maybe legal issues or something. Ten of Wands, because it put the weight of the world on your shoulders. Two of Cups, this was somebody that you really were invested in, somebody you really cared about. So I don't know anything about her having legal issues, but we're a collective here. So if you know, enlighten all of us, put it down in the comments. But this is looking like if she had legal issues that she was facing, it, brought complications to her life. And she realized after these legal issues, she had to release this person. She can no longer be with this person. Ace of Wands. This could have been a situation where the sex was really good, but you had to look at the bigger picture. Yeah, something happened with some court stuff. I'm always intrigued when I get feedback from you guys and you let me know about what's going on, because sometimes I go into mediumship and I pull energy, I pull messages, and because I don't know the people and I'm not talking to them directly, it wouldn't mean much to me because I'm just getting information. I don't know what the information is actually towards unless it's like a guided meditation. But I always appreciate it when everyone gets down in the comments and they let me know um, that I'm spot on something and they tell me exactly what it is. So please feel free to do that. I said it. Ace of Wands. Um, there was, like I said, there was third party energies in her life. These people, I would have cut these people too, cut these people loose too. They did a lot of meddling in every area of her life. These people were jealous of her love life, her money, her business acumen. They wanted her life. And somebody possibly could have wanted this dude, that had that good juke, that had that long stroke, or they were going to him telling him things they had no business telling him. But I see interference all over this, and it falls on the Three of Cups, which is the a third party card, because it's not just a card of celebration, that's a card of third party involvement. Nine of Swords, anxiety. So something was happening, before everything took place that gave her pause. Something had her feeling unsteady. It was like she knew without knowing that there was some things around her, some people around her that could not be trusted. It just feels like, for what it was worth, like she understood that there was something going on here that was bad, but it felt like she couldn't quite triangulate it. She couldn't really just put her finger on exactly what it was. It's like if you smell a foul stench in your house, you know it stinks, but you don't know where it's coming from. So you gotta try to figure out what it is and where it is so you can get rid of it. This is like the energy that was unfolding in her life. She was clearing out the trash in her life because she knew that there was all types of people hating on her and all types of people trying to interfere with her blessings. And she was finally getting to the point where enough was enough. But like I said, she was so kind-hearted. She was so sweet that she couldn't see how negative and how ugly these people were, because she just, in her own heart and her own mind, she didn't think this way. And sometimes when you don't think this way, you don't see the bigger picture, because you don't understand how ugly people could truly be, how dark their nature can really truly be. Two of Wands. I told y'all it was a choice that had to be made. And she had some very heavy choices. This one in particular, because this is not a personal reading and I'm not talking to her family, I'm not going to delve into that. But she had a very serious choice that she had to make. And it was going to affect other opportunities coming into her life. She was going to be abundant regardless. But this was a major choice that she was going to have to make a definite yes or no on. Nine of Swords. Yeah, and this was giving her a lot of sleepless nights and anxiety. And she felt like it was going to affect her her independent status, because this falls on the independent lady, the Nine of Pentacles. And pretty much, for what it was worth, everything she needed, she had it on her own. So she just wanted to keep the balance of being able to, live her life on her terms. Ten of Pentacles. So this falls on top of that King of Swords with the Page of Wands in reverse and that argument card, the Five of Swords. Sadly, this is, one of those things to where you can't share your blessings with everybody. Sometimes when you got good news, you got to keep it to yourself. And this King of Swords is watching her come into money. But see, what he didn't understand was it was her God-given right to be abundant, because she was blessed like that from the heavens. Eight of Wands falling on this Four of Cups. I wish I could talk to people who were closer to her, because Eight of Wands is coming in swiftly, but this is also giving me the feeling of there was either some kind of, it was an energy shift, most definitely, within like the last 8 months of them knowing each other. I want to say, like, her invitation to this trip, we all know it was last second, but it feels like, within the 8 days before her going, something was very, very key. Something was very important to the whole dynamic within the 8 days before they left. Maybe he came back to make up with her and to make amends with her within that time period. Knight of Wands. Listen. This is very, very, very manipulative, because the Knight of Wands is here for the short time, not the long time. This is a gaslighter. This is a person that'll come in, do whatever they got to do, say whatever they need to say to get what they want. And then look what the next card is. Bottom of the deck, the next card is the Five of Wands. That is the card of fighting. That is the physical card of fighting. And as you can see, multiple people fighting. Somebody being ganged up on. So that's the energy that I have on Shanquella's side for the conversation, because I had to delve into this energy to understand what led up to him switching up on her. before everything happens. And as you can see, the last cards were, you know, her being attacked would actually happen. So I'm going to go ahead, sage a little bit, clean and cleanse the energy so that I can get Khalil's energy on this side of the conversation. Got my sage over here falling apart. So, I mean, I could tell you right now, he is a whole basket full of nerves and has been. Like everything has him jumpy, everything has him nervous. I'm going to use a deck that I don't have on the table to do his part of the conversation. Cthulhu's Vault. Anybody interested in this deck? Cthulhu's Vault. Because I feel like this deck is fitting for his energy. Alrighty, telling me to cleanse them a little more. Cthulhu's Vault. Come on. Tell me what I need to know about Khalil's energy and what was his side of this conversation. So we've got the 7 of Coins and the 10 of Wands. Okay, hold on. Let me adjust this camera a little bit, y'all. There you go. 7 of Coins, 10 of Wands. So 7 of Coins, 10 of Wands is telling me off the rip that, once again, this is that sowing seeds for a bigger harvest. But this is also, as you sow, so shall you reap. And now he has the weight of the world on his shoulders because he knows that he's now sowing that energy in return. Page of Wands. This is new actions, new ways of going about things. This is also being childish because the page represents children. So being childish in his antics about what he was willing to do to get what he wanted, to go into these new ventures. Nine of Swords. Deep, heavy anxiety. No rest for the wicked, no rest for the weary. As you can see, look at this person's face. I told y'all, he's literally at this point, he's jumping at his own shadow. He's nervous about how things are going to play out because this was supposed to have blown over already, especially after the whole FBI situation. My throat is scratchy, excuse me. Page of Coins. So Page of Coins is, you know, trying to find new ways to come up with money, trying to find new expansive ways and new plans. Because once again, a page is also like the lowest on the totem pole. The page are children. So he had a fledgling business, something that he wanted to get off the ground, something that he was trying to do but unable to invest in. And he was juggling with this idea. Tell me more about this idea. Y'all, the devil. Whatever he was juggling with, whatever this idea was, he had no good intentions. Eight of Cups. Now you can see in the last reading, she started off, coming out with the Eight of Cups. She no longer wanted to be bothered. And because of this toxic energy and whatever it was that he was coming up with, it caused a separation, a huge divide between the both of them. This person, they look defeated. The Emperor keeps trying to, yeah, he looks defeated by the Empress. Now, hold on, because I want y'all to pay attention. This Empress looks like she's consoling whatever this creature is, right? She may have told him no, but she was trying to let him down easy. I do not feel that she was disrespectful in any type of way, but she could not invest. She didn't see any way that he could give her money back, and she could not put herself in a position to help him do something that could get her caught up in some kind of criminality, allegedly. So we got the Six of Swords moving on victoriously, but as you can see, like, that's the energy that was from that card with the Empress. Wait a minute, is that a... It sure is. Look closer, because I'm trying to hold this to the camera as close as I can. If you could see that, that is a skull. That is a skull being pulled by this energy. Okay, the spirit. Oh, gosh. And I keep hearing, got to get it by any means. Six of Wands, moving forward towards victory after this Ten of Wands. So, allegedly, after this communication didn't work out the way he wanted it to and his plan failed, he was in this got to get it by any means necessary. He had to get his paper up, had to get his money up to get to this King of Coins from the Page of Coins, because he was on his knuckles. Yeah, forgive me for taking these breaks because I have to, due to us being on YouTube, I can't say certain things. But he wanted retribution and he wanted money. This is the energy that I'm getting from this conversation. He didn't get what he wanted. He didn't like being turned down. He didn't like being told that what he was trying to come up with was unscrupulous. And from that moment on, in his mind, energetically, allegedly, what I am pulling is that she became a victim. Because it was get down or lay down. Either you're going to give it to me or I'm going to get it from you. But either way, I'm going to get it. Tell me more about what you said to her and why you felt the way you felt. King of Swords, Page of Wands. So this King of Swords, this is giving me like a very haughty disposition, because in the other cards it was a King of Swords in reverse, and in this set of cards it's a King of Swords in the upright. But this King of Swords falling under this Page of Wands lets me know that he stepped to her boldly with this sales pitch on this new idea, what he wanted, and he was very, very direct, as if he ran the show and he controlled this situation, which is kind of interesting, because it's like, how do you come with your hand out, but you come as if this will be a good idea, this will be a good opportunity for you, and this is what you need to do, and you need to do this, that, and the other, because if you invest in this, then we're going to get blah, 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 and pretty much like, I'm putting you on. But in all actuality, you needed her to throw you a bone, because this is all starving artist energy. You didn't have anything. This is like that adage about stone soup, where the person said is making stone soup, and I need radishes from you, and I need a tomato from you, and if I can get some celery from you, and all this person had is a stone. But they went around collecting from so many other people till they finally had a pot of soup. So in all essence, this goes back to what I was saying about him trying to pull her into something that wasn't lucrative, that wasn't going to pay off, that could possibly get them caught up. He came to her with a proverbial pot of stone soup. But she saw that this was stone soup, and she decided not to put anything into this pot. Six of Wands, King of Coins. So, excuse me, Seven of Wands, King of Coins. So he became very defensive about how this was going to pan out, this was going to pay off, and it falls under this Nine of Swords, because he had anxiety over, whatever this was that he needed this money for. I feel like he's saying that he needed this money for business ventures, but the way that he got this anxiety with this Nine of Swords is letting me know that this was supposed to be paying for something else. Spirit guides, ancestors, and angels. What did he really need this money for? Temperance. Balance through a new beginning, because the world, end of a cycle had came for him. Whatever he was doing, and this falls over the Page of Coins, whatever he was trying to get off the ground, not only was it not going to get off the ground, it never was going to get off the ground. He took a major loss at something, and he needed balance through a new beginning. So he needed her to throw him something so that he could create something else, because whatever he was doing, it just wasn't working. The math wasn't mathing. It feels like he starts stuff and it never quite pans out, and never quite pays off. And then he wants to start something else, and that don't quite work. And then he want to start something else, and it's like, you got all these different failed ass projects. Why would I give you anything? Literally, it's like flop after flop after flop. He got so many flops, he might as well just got him a job flipping pancakes, because all he would do was flip from one flop to the next. Nothing that I see that he's doing as far as money, getting money, business is paying out. So I see why she didn't invest nothing. It made no sense for her to put her money into anything that he had going on. We got the Nine of Coins and a Nine of Cups. So Nine of Coins and the Nine of Cups falls under the Two of Coins. So he was juggling with something that was supposed to be a wish fulfillment, but he needed her, the independent woman, the nine of coins, to invest in whatever this was so that he could, have this jackpot. Ace of Wands, forward movement and expansion. You got the devil here and the Eight of Cups. So he felt like only reason why she was saying no and she was walking away from him is because she, was she was whipped, okay? He felt like she was choosing whatever dude she was with over him. He was jealous. Remember I said that he was jealous of her life, jealous of her relationship? This feels like, he had threw it in her face about, well, if I was Ricky, you would have gave it to me. That type of petty type energy. Oh, so you can't look out for me. You can't give me nothing because we ain't smashing. But if I was Ricky, you would have gave it to me. This proves what I said about him being meddlesome, running his mouth, always being in every area of her life, minding the business that definitely ain't paying him. If he put this type of energy into his actual projects, he possibly would have had something get off the ground. So, damn. So he got petty and went into low blows and got to judging her for possibly looking out for Ricky. But in the readings that I've done before in the past, if she's ever given Ricky anything, you know, Ricky gave it back and he gave it back with interest. So it wasn't like, she was giving Ricky stuff and Ricky was just, taking from her. Ricky could reciprocate. And that was her man, or they had a different type of understanding than these two had, which was none of his business. So yeah, I get why she cut him off. You come to the table with this bare knuckles offer that has no meat on the bones. It was never going to pay out for you. It definitely wasn't going to pay her back. And then you decide to be indignant. And then when you couldn't get your way, you start to insult her and throw her business with Ricky in her face. Allegedly. What I tell y'all? The Lovers and the Two of Swords. All in her business, all trying to, get into the inner workings and details of who she was dealing with. Now, I believe they had already been broken up before the trip. So he starts, like I said, taking low blows, talking about her relationship. That's why you ain't got no man. And that's, that type of stuff. Now he can't get what he wants. He wants to be nasty. He wants to be insulting. This is a real petty punk. Real messy punk. He always looked at her as a lick, as an opportunity, because she was always abundant. And I mean, damn, if your friend is telling you no, they're not obligated to help you. I mean, this is somebody who, it's like if she helped him 90 times, when he got to 91 and she finally said no, it was the end of the world. Never considered the fact that she's carried you this whole time. But this one time she says no, you get very indignant. You get disrespectful. You get to digging in her relationship and talking about all type of stuff that ain't got nothing to do with what you were trying to get next to, which was her money. You needed her money to help you. She didn't need you to help her do nothing. And that even got up under your skin. Remember I said let him down easy? She wasn't trying to disrespect him or drag him. She had a really honest conversation with him about the direction of things and where they're going and how he was handling things. But he couldn't take it. Now remember, hold on, where's this card? Remember I said this energy is the same as this energy in this card? This is her, you know, she's turning them down. There's my candles popping. Yeah, she's turning them down. She's letting them down easy, but she's giving them solid advice. She's being honest, even though, you know, he can't handle it because this is the truth that she's telling him. Here he is. He leaves seething. But look at that. That's a spirit. That's a skeleton that's being dragged off by this energy. So he literally was so deep in his feelings that he felt like he had to make her pay for not giving in to him, allegedly. He needed her to be taken down a peg. You ain't all that. I'm going to show you better than I can tell you type energy. This is very catty, ugly, nasty, filthy energy. Six of Cups, Five of Coins. So we all know, well, if you don't, you know, tarot. Six of Cups is the past energy, somebody coming back from the past. Five of Pentacles. So when he came back to make up with her, when he came back to claim he was telling the truth, the King of Swords, it was because he was trying to get a new opportunity going, Page of Wands, because once again, he went from the Knight of Pentacles to the Five of Pentacles. I said in the beginning, I felt like my candles is falling apart. That's also letting me know something. This literally just fell off my candle. He was facing losing everything. Because Five of Pentacles is the card of being ass out. That's eviction. That's, you know, no place to go. That's no money in the bank account, possibly all in a negative balance, okay? So when he came back to her to talk to her, to extend the olive branch, to make it seem like he wanted to be friends, he wanted to work this out, they're better than this, they've been cool all this time, you know, I'm sorry for how I treated you, you right, I shouldn't have said X, Y, and Z. He came back because he was broke. He had even less than what he had when they had that conversation and the energy got bad in between them. So he was constantly just falling apart, going to pieces, life going down. Without her, he had nothing, because she was carrying him in a lot of ways, helping him in a lot of ways. And she finally caught on to the fact that this was his real need for her in his life. He needed a hand. He needed a handout all the time. Strength, okay? So this is not just somebody holding it together. I'm feeling like this may have started going into this plan. This plan started going into production in like Leo season last year, because Leo season would be like July 23rd to August the 22nd. So around this time last year is when they started to put this plan into motion. Queen of Wands, King of Cups. So, like I said, Queen of Wands is the hustler. Okay? She is the go-getter. She is, as I always say, the sexiest, the most attractive queen of the deck. And then you got this right here, the King of Cups. That's someone that's very, very deep in their feelings, but they don't wear their heart on their sleeve. They'll never tell you how they really feel. So Page of Coins, like I said, he came back to her with nothing. Okay, whatever he had way less when he came back. The end of a cycle, the world. So whatever opportunity he had or he was trying to have came to a complete and total end. Temperance, he needed balance through a new beginning. So he needed to find a new hustle, a new come up, a new lick, right? And he decided that that lick was going to be the Queen of Wands because he was in his feelings. He had been plotting on Shanquella for months, allegedly, because his money was shorter than ants on their knees. And whatever he was investing in, it was not paying out. And not only was it not paying out, if he started off with nothing, he ended up owing someone. He ended up in debt. His back was against the wall. Ten of Swords, falling under the Two of Coins, the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Coins. So he had to make a decision because this was a wish fulfillment for him to come back to the independent woman and to put her in a position where he could stab her in the back. But it became a tower. And the tower was what? The Five of Wands, this fight. This was only in his mind, in his mind's eye, this was only supposed to be a fight. That's it, and that's all. That's all that was supposed to happen was a fight. Bottom of the deck, it resulted in death. So, this is my reading on the conversation. And as you can see in both decks, it led us to the final end, which is her not being here. So we got to tap into the energy that started the confrontational energy from Khalil. And now we understand how that led to what happened to Shanquella in the very end. For him, we're not talking about the rest. For him, it was about money and pride and being someone that is, entitled. He couldn't believe that she told him no. How dare you tell me no? How you gonna tell me out of anybody no? And it's just like a spoiled, disrespectful child when, they haven't been doing well in school. They haven't been cleaning their room, and Christmas comes and there's nothing under the Christmas tree, and they want to burn the Christmas tree down because how dare you not reward my bad behavior? I don't care what I did. You don't do this to me. You don't do me like that. Oh, so I'm going to tap out of this energy. I thank you in advance, and much love and many blessings to all of you that support me. This is my reading on the conversation between Khalil and Shanquella. Everybody have a blessed morning, afternoon, evening, grand rising, whatever time you click onto this video. I thank you in advance for your viewership. And I'm about to go ahead and end this so that I can go into a few more readings. Everybody be blessed. This reading is adjourned.